Welcome, brothers and sisters. Today, in this podcast, I want to talk about a very sensitive subject, especially in the Black community and the Black gay community. And you don't have to be Black, in any community. I want to talk about obesity versus beauty. I had a friend who was complaining that now they're making fat in, and he thinks that fat is very unhealthy and it shouldn't be glorified. So sit back and see if you could comprehend the craziness that I have to think about or talk about. Obesity versus beauty. Welcome to the craziness that lives inside my head.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million.
I've been fat all my life. I was a fat kid, grew up to be a fat teenager to a fat adult. My highest weight was 480 pounds. My lowest weight was 206, and right now I'm in between. And my experience, I didn't know I was obese until I went to the doctor. I was in my late teens, and the doctor said that you're not fat or overweight, you're obese. And that's when they started putting me on diet pills and all that other stuff. But that's another story, and I think I might have said it in another podcast of mine. But I would say this, as a gay black male, gay black fat male, there are people, gay and straight, that likes fat people. And I never understood it. I joined a group called Girth and Mirth, and it was always, it's for big men who in this group who attracts smaller men who likes them. And I've have dated guys from that group, Mirth and Girth. They were nationwide. Last time I've been to a Mirth and Girth event was in San Diego, 1996. So I don't even know if they still exist or still around. But I will tell you this. Being obese is bad enough. If society don't like you, you can't even like yourself because society put you down. So then when you meet somebody, more than one, who likes the fact that you're obese, who likes the fact that I hate to say this, so fat that you can't reach around and wipe your butt when you take a crap. There's guys who likes that. And when you meet somebody like that, you still think there's something wrong with these guys. Why would you want to go with somebody my size? Why would you want to go out with a man? If I were to lay on top of you, and they love to be laid on top. These skinny guys love when a big man lay on top of them. And I'm like, I want to squeeze him to death, literally. But as for beauty, let's put it this way. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I have a thing for hairy men. And a lot of people, male, female, or whatever, straight, gay, a lot of them don't. They think that a hairy back is ugly. They think that, how can you go to bed with a hairy guy with a hairy back? Ugh. Well, that turns me on. Just like there are guys who get turned on with a guy my size or bigger. I was in a relationship. Even the guy offered to marry me. But what he did was, I had lost weight. I was a yo-yo. I would lose 100 pounds, gain 100 pounds. Lose 100 pounds, gain 100 pounds. Well, this guy met me when I lost 100 pounds. But he didn't think that he was going to like me because he thought I was too skinny. And I was shocked. because he wasn't used to going out with somebody smaller than him. Mind you, I was a size 40 waist, he was a size 46 waist. So it's not like I was like a skinny mini. But we met in October. Actually, we met at the Halloween party at the Gay Lesbian Center in New York City on 13th Street. We met for a Halloween party. We dated, and he loves to cook, and he loves to make cheesecake. So what happened? By February, I was fat again. I went from a size 40 waist to a size 50 waist. By February, it doesn't take much for me to gain weight. I'm one of those people you can smell food and you blow up like a balloon. But the hardest thing, he got me fat. He thought I was too skinny. So he thought I was too skinny. I was a size 40 waist. He thought I was too skinny. So he got me up to a 50 waist. And he was happy with that. And he wanted to get me even bigger. Now I've learned they have guys like that, straight guys, gay guys, they call them gainers. They, for some reason, they like to get people fat. I have no idea what that's all about. Well, I just want to say this. I had a big argument with a friend of mine. We was talking about obesity and beauty. And of course, he's not a fat person. He's a slim person. He didn't have to worry about gaining weight, losing weight, or weight at all. He could eat anything under the sun and don't gain a freaking ounce. Don't you just hate those people? So anyway, we had this, I don't want to say argument, but we had this discussion. And he would say that that's not beauty. He said this is woman. He claimed mainly the women are doing it. And I said to him, well, first of all, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Not to say that every person likes big people is, just like every person don't like skinny people is beauty. But to some people that is beauty. Now, I said, in all honesty, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Is it healthy? No, it's not. And I get what he's saying. It's not healthy. When I got down to my lowest weight, one of the reasons why I had to get down to my lowest weight, because I got the stomach stapling. I didn't get the bypass. I got the stomach stapling. I lost 130 pounds. I got down to 330. And by the time some years later, I was back up to 380. And the doctor wanted to put me on all this medication because now I'm older. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm in my late 50s, early 60s. I'm older, and which is harder to get the weight off, by the way. And all this stuff started to catch up with me. Diabetes. I wasn't diabetic, but the doctor claimed if I kept on, I would. So I had to take the high blood pressure. I had sleep apnea. I couldn't, I had to sleep with my head out the window. So I was right back where I was before I got stomach stapling. And I had a very good doctor, and I might have said this in another podcast. He said to me, when he wanted to put me on 5 or 6 medications for whatever it was my obesity had caused, and I refused to do it, he was the first doctor who says to me, well, let's try something. Let's see what happens 3 months from now if you try to lose some weight. And what I did was, it was very expensive. I got a personal trainer and a nutrition, and on a diet. And it wasn't a diet. I had to tell myself, my personal trainer keeps saying, it's a way of living. And I did go to the gym with him. I went to the gym 3 days a week with him and 2 days by myself. I was working. First thing I did was get up in the morning, go to the gym, get my workout in, go to work. I worked basically to 10 o'clock at night, so it wasn't hard. When I come home from work, I didn't think about food. You're too tired. And I did that. It took me, I'm going to be honest with you, the whole rigmarole took me from the stomach stapling to my lowest weight, took me 20 years to do that. 20 years. And to this day, I have friends who's shocked because they saw how big I was and I never got diabetes. You never had diabetes. You never. No, I was always borderline. I was borderline everything. I was borderline high blood pressure. With because since I was borderline, I mean, when I lost the weight, they took me off all that medicine. First of all, I didn't take all that medicine. The only medicine I was on was my blood pressure, and that was on the water pill. That's all I was getting. But getting back to, I lost weight. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I've had more sex at 200 pounds than I had at 430 pounds. That's a fact. That's a fact. Not to say that I was ugly or anything like that. Is not that many people, let's be honest, not that many people, not that many guys like big guys, not many guys like big women. But the smaller you get, the more chances you put yourself out there to have sex. When I got down to 200 pounds, it was easier to have sex at 200 pounds physically. It was, I guess, aesthetic. I guess I looked better. But what can I say? I'm only telling you my story. And I'm going to be honest with you. I got man boobs. And what happened from 200 pounds, I'm up to 280. Those who know my story, I got prostate cancer, and they put me on hormone treatment. And the first thing that blew up with the hormone treatment is the boobs. So I'm supposed to be in remission. So now I'm trying to get back to the gym, which is hard at my age, 71 years old. Trying to get back to the gym. I can't eat like I used to, so I don't have to worry about the food anymore. But getting back in shape, back to where I was when I was 200 pounds, is my goal. And now I'm doing it for my health. And maybe I am doing it for the sex. Well, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Whether you're obese or olive oil from Popeye, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. You have to like yourself and love yourself in order to put yourself in a position where knowing that being obese is not healthy, and you begin to start losing weight and begin to like yourself for you, whether you're obese or not. That is my story for the day. Thank you for listening to the craziness that lives inside my head.
Back and forth with the bullshit. I know I said it before, I don't mean it. It's been a while since I had your attention, so it might hurt to